Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. I thought that by having a cup of tea and drinking half of it before I even turn on the camera was going to soothe my throat and make my voice smoother than it has been, or than it was in the last video that I did today. You know, it's very risky for me to have a big open cup like this. Typically, I almost need like an adult sippy cup to avoid accidents. This is going to be, and sorry if I occasionally have to take a sip. There's nothing worse than cold tea or coffee. And, you know, again, reduce the risk of an accident. This is going to be a haul video, and it's going to be short because I really didn't do much of any hauling, thrift shopping, other than the book videos that are kind of being scheduled all about now. So anyway, I'm sputtering here. One swig and then we start. Okay. This was a 5, these guys were all clipped together. I don't know the diameter, probably 5 or 6 inches. Oh, 7, I guess it depends. Well, you know, nothing is very regular here. Anyway, obviously they are cute. Not the finest work ever. I mean, and I don't mean the quality of the doily or the crocheting. I just mean the thread is not the really fine stuff. But obviously these would be great either to share with some people who love purple as much as I do, and or to use, you know, around the spine of a journal or whatever. So 5 of those. Now, I don't really know what this is, and sorry about the rustling and the snap, crackle, popping of it. It feels, I don't know, like it's translucent. It's, you can see, I don't know if this is the original color, if it turned that color with age. It's kind of yellowish, a cream buttery yellow. But I'm thinking that this could be used obviously in a vintage journal or any place that a person wants kind of a softer, you know, or a little bit of pigment when you're using, like, okay, obviously vellum is one thing, tracing paper is another. This is just a variation of that sort of, you know, quality in a paper. So I thought that was a good thing to grab onto. Now, I suspect that it is not very, that it's quite fragile. Now, I don't know if this is intact or not, but it says 100-piece split rings. And the reason I bought them, and I have no idea if $2 was a good price or not. Sometimes in a case like that, rather than, you know, quickly Googling something or wasting time in that way, I just sort of do a mental thought process. Okay, how much would a coffee be? That is a consumable that would be, you know, drink it and it's gone. I don't even know if you can buy coffee anywhere for $2. So I think that this will be a good purchase because, of course, I think most of us have split rings. But if the diameter is too small, am I going to, you know, it just kind of kills me when they thrift store people, when they tape the living daylights out of stuff. I know it's a theft prevention strategy or whatever, loss mitigation, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, sometimes they really don't use their heads as to what the end user might want to do you know, with the packaging or with the packaging or container that something comes in. Okay, I think we should be able to get in there now. So I would say these are probably, yeah, 1/2 inch. So at least something this big you could actually open up and use, where you don't want a 1-inch ring, but you don't want a 1/4 inch ring. This is kind of a happy medium, and one where you could actually, because things are little, you know, this is like what we would call a key ring. Sometimes it's very hard to use, as you probably know from personal experience. Again, I don't know. This maybe was overpaying, considering it's recollections. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought that, like, I've had pink blush on my brain for so long now that it just seemed like, oh, I could use that. And I even have a blushy, pinky iteration for those 4 mini Christmas journals that I'm almost ready to show you. Somehow, without conscious intention, I seem to have started collecting tiny little boxes, especially if they have come from kind of office supply things. Now, these are map tacks, and they actually have something in them. Quite often you can pay. Now, I just didn't know if that white, I guess that's part of it. I did peek inside. Here's one without anything. So at first I was afraid that, you know, sometimes when you buy floral picks and the little whatever finish they have on the berries cracks and starts falling off, I was afraid that that might be the case here. Anyway, this is cute as can be. Yeah, so I'll just add this to my little collection of those kinds of things. Doesn't look like there's 100 in there, but at this point, does it matter? Now, this box was sealed to within 1 inch of its life, but I can't believe it took me forever. I think it was Carol that Crinkled Path Carol, that I heard say one day that, oh, you can get tags, stickers, and things off with a heat gun. I'm thinking, oh, duh. Why didn't I think of that? You know, I poke and I scratch and I pry and was doing everything but that. So, yeah, it worked very well on this, I have to say. Okay, so this box was priced at $3, which is kind of expensive, I thought. So I made the woman open it so that I could see what was in it, because, you know, you couldn't, just because the box is nice doesn't mean that the insides are any good. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. Did I miscount? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. How is that possible? You never get bonuses. Anyway, no idea what age this is. 16 notes, 16 envelopes. Now, you would think that that little number there, 3216, would mean something. So I don't know if 16 is the quantity or I don't know. I don't know, but clearly these are very cute. Lovely little floral. And of course, now the box looks okay too, and it hadn't been all beaten up. And I didn't mangle it by trying to get the tape off. $2. It seems like that was a favorite price they had. Now these are called, oh, Well, they're disposable pipettes, which obviously is a good tool to have if you're doing mixed media work and want to, do some dribbling of pigment. Now, on this tag, it says that these, a bag of 25, and first of all, I tried to count them because I thought, if you're not getting close to that and you're paying about the same price as retail, like, why would I want to do that? And it says perfumer's apprentice. So I think that these were probably intended for people who make their own perfume. Now, I guess, maybe these are better than the normal ones. Should I pick up some tea? These seem to have markers. Now, what is that? Pretty hard to see that. There are clearly well, not so clearly. There are markings on here. So I guess if a person was being very formulaic about what they're doing, those markers would help. Now, I don't intend to make perfumes, so I think these will work like a hot damn for mixed media stuff. Couple of packages of kind of puffy stickers. Again, this thing here is a Dollar Tree thing, so I don't know that I saved anything really, but I thought they were kind of cute, and I think they have their place, and they're not particularly tall, so I thought I did okay with that. And sometimes it's not like, how much did I save? It's, is this still available? Or is this something that is old? Now, again, how would we know that? This is a Dollarama thing, so it could be any price, really. Yeah, no real way of knowing the age of this. I thought this was very cute. Now, this was apparently made in South Africa. As I was reading see those little rose gold wings? So I would say that this is going to end up on my tree. So these are feathers, these wiry rings, and this little, let's bend her halo into place. Now, from what I read, an angel factory in Karoo, surrounding semi-desert landscape is arid, stark, and striking, endless dry vistas, mountains, and scrubland. But at the end of a lonely road and in a tiny old church, you will find angels. Unique African angels, skillfully crafted by hand, pure as the crystal clear air that surrounds the right brawn and Vondeling crafters who make them. So that's how I knew it was South Africa. Natural, superior quality glass beads and jewelry wires. Beware of the magic Karoo's angel's dust when opening. For best care for your angel, you should store it in the plastic bag when not in use. So maybe I should fish that bag out of the garbage. Yeah, because end of this, when you're taking your tree apart. Oh, cute little pearl back here. Oh. No, that wouldn't be. Yeah, this is the front. I wonder why they didn't put a cute little pearl in front. Anyway, I digress. Now, I bought this, of course, because it has H's on it. And it's on a cool color. Now, we've all seen where you can see files, like in a doctor's waiting room. You will quite often see a combination of letters and numbers on those file folders. And, it doesn't take a genius to figure out if it's, if on my file, if it would say A-H, then that would be, Anaka Hazel. But honestly, I don't really know what the system is for how those things work. And, it's not like that's the only thing I have to worry about or that it's keeping me up nights. But If any of you have worked in a medical office or any kind of an office where this kind of a system of letters and numbers is used, I'd appreciate if you could explain the how and the wherefore of that. Like, is it would the numbers be when a person became a patient? Because, quite often patients are dropped, particularly from specialists, if you haven't seen them a second time within 2 years. So anyway, I was just curious. This I paid $1 for. Now these are bottle cap images. And I think both Angela, the traveling crafter, and Kim Newberg have sent me bottle caps. So I just thought, well, isn't this kind of cute? They're colorful. They've got a sentiment on them. We recommend using a 1/2 inch hole punch to cut out each image perfectly. Yeah, because they've probably seen us cut circles by hand. So I thought that would be fun to play with. And again, I was I'm telling you guys, you really should be sending me gold stars. Sorry, another swig. I was pretty darn proud of myself. I touched a lot of stuff that I just said no to. Like what was it, Nancy Reagan? Just say no. Now, of course, that was to drugs that she was talking about. This box has been squished, but it can probably be resurrected. It is kind of, well, there's a bit of damage there, and the sides have caved a bit. But this is all embossed, so I don't know, it almost looks quilted. And it's funny, and it seems that most of the cards are here. Or, well, I don't know how many. There's supposed to be 10. 3, 6, 7. Well, that's not bad. And 3, 6 envelopes. Portland, Oregon. No date. I don't think there's a date. Does have a bark. Anyway, what I was going to say is, I find it ironic that one of the first project boxes I ever set up for myself was like for a tea journal. And have I done a single thing with it other than maybe fussy cut some teapots here and there, or teacups. So this will go with the tea journal, but honestly, some of those projects, a person either has to get on with it. Oh, I should remind you that I have a playlist now. It's not very long, where I took that line from, what the heck is his name? The guy with the sleeveless shirt, the Get Her Done guy, where I was kind of disgusted with myself and how projects were just languishing. So what I did was make slips of paper representing these different started projects, and then I would draw from the container, and whatever came up was what I had to work on. So it was like tricking myself, I guess, essentially, to get, to pick anything, just pick something and do it. So anyway, maybe it's time to do that once we get past Christmas. Now these are chipboard die cuts. They're not very thick, so I don't think I would have to, shave them down like I normally do with chipboard. Just pull one of these out that has come loose. See, that's not too bad. And it has quite a nice finished back. So yeah, I'd probably leave it intact. Anyway, these are related to back to school. So I do have some supplies for that, so I will add this to that. A few more items and we're done, kids. Now, this says Fab Scraps, addictive scrapping goodies. Paid $1. Oh, that's all it says. Now, I can't tell. Honestly, these closures, don't they drive you? Oh, somebody took one sticker and that was it. So I thought these were kind of cute. Like, who doesn't like a music staff, ballet shoes, playing cards? You know, just these. Oh, there it is. It was totally intact. That got hung up on that dumb tape thing. I'm not going to put it back in. So, yeah, you know, I have no idea what this would have retailed for normally, but what can you get for $1? So that was my thinking there. Now, again, when you see something like this, you're basically stuck with what you can sort of, sorry about the rustling, shift from side to side. Oh, I can't see much. $2, can't buy coffee for $2. So you throw it in your basket, or at least this kid throws it in her basket. So let's see what we got here. I'm thinking this, even though it doesn't have any, you know, sticker or anything on it, I'm thinking this might be like a Temu kind of thing. Oh, so this is, now these are quite shiny. This is obviously a travel packet of stickers. Well, except Happy New Year. 2011. Oh, so we can't really judge that it's necessarily that date, because some of these things are intended to show that they came in 2008. Anyway, so I think that was a score and a half, perhaps. So I will look at these more thoroughly when I'm putting them away. And then we just have a bit of wrapping paper, because you know I'm running low. And if you believe that, I have swampland. Number one, I picked this up because I've never seen this color before, certainly not in tissue. I think and I'm getting smarter. Smarter in some ways and dumber in others. Anyway, I said to the woman, and tell me what you're going to charge me, because if you're going to charge me the same or more than new, then I don't want it. She said, 10 cents? And I said, sold. Anyway, I don't know how it's looking at on your screen, but in my real life here, it is like a salmon color. Salmon, coral. So, love that. And a few packages, or a few pieces of wrapping paper. Now, you know what? I might even have this one. Scabiosa, pincushion plant. Beautiful colors. Look at this. Let me not. Look how cute this is. So if I ever get to that tea journal, could we not have like a tea party kind of a motif to it and include some of these kid-like images? I just thought that was really sweet. And if a person, of course, just wanted to fussy cut, excuse me, there's that duck. There's a bit, what is this? Is this a bunny with balloons? This little doll on an ottoman, teddy bear, and this girl. And of course, I don't know about you, but I always take liberties when I'm fussy cutting. If I want to cut the antennae off butterflies, I do, or other insects. If I want to cut the bottom, you know, if somebody's hair is unruly and they've got a few strands sticking out, I'm not going to be cutting around that because number one, it's probably going to get bent or torn before it gets glued down. And it's a pain in the butt to glue down, let's face it. So I would definitely cut that cake out of there. Now, would she look ridiculous if she was just walking like that? Yeah, I could put something else in her hand instead. So, you know, if you're hesitating doing some fussy cutting because you think to yourself, well, that's too hard, look at all the detail, then, you know, obviously, just decide what you want to chop off. Look at this, and there are two pieces. Teapots and teacups, and these are obviously, you know, fancy, very fancy ones. I guess that's a pumpkin, grapes, rose, corn, and then, yeah, I guess that's it for variations. So these are the 4 variations. And then, of course, the beautiful little cups. And these cups aren't so delicate that they would be hard to fussy cut. And, of course, each image is far enough apart that you could also just square it off. Well, probably it would be smarter because wrapping paper is quite thin, although this isn't bad. Glue it down to something first, a cardstock, a file folder, whatever, and then cut it out because, you know, it saves one step, essentially. But yeah, I thought that was pretty sweet. And then the final piece, well, I guess it's actually 2 pieces, is this. Now, is this not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? I'll just pause for a moment too. Now, would I want to fussy cut around that stork? Probably not, because there are all those little inside spaces. And you know, I don't like to, let me just pull out this other, there was another type of paper tucked in there. I should have saved this one for the very last because it is the best. So, and nice, easy peasy shapes. If I was cutting this out, I would probably, again, I'd probably back it first. Now, taking a notch out of this frame is obviously the right thing to do. You wouldn't go like that and then have the B kind of, you know, mutilated. So, yes, I would think that the best thing, back it first, and then hand cut around this, well, around baby first, probably like that. Don't interfere with that frame. And then if this is being glued down, it's easy enough to put something there to disguise the missing corner. This would be a little trickier, of course, because, well, there's a lot going on there. I mean, because there's some fraying here, I would probably cut right there and forget this part here. Maybe I'd have to cut, if I'm squaring that off, then part of that guy's wing goes. So it's hard to know exactly what would happen. But, okay, so there's this pose. There's this baby with the quill and the spilled ink. Oh, mother and baby. Is it just 2? Rockabye baby. Oh, and this one has a fold because it just happened to be folded there, but that's fine. We can disguise that. This kid sitting on a wicker chair with a big cup. So, is that not gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, and then the final piece is very Victorian in nature. And I wonder if I don't, well, no, it's not exactly the same. I have something similar to this, believe it or not, on a roll with a matching tissue overlay that would have been a product that one of the kids was having to sell as a school fundraiser. So do you have any idea how old that is? You know, maybe it was one of those Regal catalog things. So this is like one sheet here. But again, I mean, this is right up our alley. So a person, you know, it would be kind of hard. I mean, it's possible to isolate certain images, but in a case like this, you probably lose less by just using the paper as a signature page. Now, this paper is fairly heavy, so there's less damage on the folds, but I would think, okay, so that's 10 inches roughly by 9 and a bit. So what I would do, and in fact we'll probably do that when I turn the video off, is just cut along these folds and call it 6 signature pages. Now we know that it's a bit tall. Did I say 10 inches? Yeah, almost 10. A bit tall for a regular journal, but it could be, in fact, it would be almost perfect. It would be perfect for a tall skinny. So because they will still be fairly small pieces, I would just store them flat for the time being, knowing that I could make the decision about how to fold them when the time comes. Because I have made them as, oh, you know what, some sections are probably bigger. This one's wider. Yeah, this one's an inch or so wider. I have made the mistake of putting folds into things just like, oh, I'm saving time and space, and then discover that, oh, wouldn't it be great if I had it flat and could change my mind at this point. So that is where I'm going to stop because I've run out of things to show you. I hope that you enjoyed seeing these few items. They, you know, they're things that I'm totally happy with. The only thing, again, that's a bit of a mystery to me, and hopefully you can help with that, are these medical filing something labels. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and keep coming back because there will be more book, thrifted books. Well, thrifted. I mean, and you know, that could mean anything. That could mean auction, thrift store, antique mall. And I've done one part, and there are a couple more to go. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.